What's up, Bladers? This is Casual Beyblader X, and today we're visiting and revisiting one of the strongest attack type mainstays in Beyblade X, Soar Phoenix, or more widely known, Phoenix Wing. Listen, Phoenix is one of the most known blades in Beyblade X, dominating the early scene, being versatile to be run on any combo, attack, stamina, and even defense. But what I believe really propelled this blade was the fact that it was released so early into Hasbro's waves. Hasbro came out with a set that included Phoenix and a red string launcher. This was really good value. Well, that is until now. Phoenix Wing has been released once again with a new combo. Let's quickly open this and see exactly what we get inside. Phoenix Wing is an attack type Beyblade released as a starter in Japan on December 27th, 2023. The Hasbro version saw its release a few months later on May 21st, 2024. But this specific Hasbro release of Phoenix debuted in Japan with the release of the BX35 Booster Volume 4 on July 13th, 2024. Which obviously meant you had to pray to the gambling gods. This variant of Phoenix was very sought after, costing a pretty penny if you weren't lucky enough. Hasbro did us solid by making this into a booster of all things. This just cost 12 bucks, depending on where you live. What we get is Phoenix Wing 580 Hexa. Let's get a closer look at each part, starting with the blade Phoenix Wing, which is impossible not to know. It's as widely known as Wizard Rod. It's a three-sided attack-based bay that has amazing smash attack capabilities. You can get some serious hits in with this bay, because one of the biggest assets was the weight coming in at around 37 grams, which was unbelievable at the time of its release. But slowly other bays have crept up in weight. Wait a second, 38 grams plus? Almost 39? What happened? These buffs are crazy! So if you're not aware, Phoenix got a new mold recently. I'll link a video if you want to see if you have the newest mold and how to spot the differences. But with this new weight, Phoenix has remained in the meta. I'd assume by now most Phoenix Wings you find at stores should have switched to the new mold, because this blue booster version definitely has. The blue variant is so pretty. You lose the metal coat, but you get a blade that will end up looking less scuffed at the end of the day. The red looks so beaten up because of all the gaps in the paint. Moving on to the Bit Beast, it's high tier design. One of my favorites in Beyblade X. It's very symmetrical, which if you know me isn't usually a good thing, but I think it works really well with Phoenix because of the shape and design language they used. The wing detailing is also great. Having that icier light blue contrast with the darker feathers in the back gives it some nice layering. What really puts it all together is the small speck of white eye that pops through the blues. Even the yellow beak stands out more in this variant because it's a contrasting color to blue. And the cherry on top is how the prongs look like talons that are gripping onto the chip. So fucking cool. Next, the 580 Ratchet. Yeah, this is the only quote-unquote bad part of the booster. You don't really see 80 height used in the meta, unless for a very niche use. Lastly, the Bit Hexa. The only other way to get Hexa was with the Hammer Incendio starter. And well, let's just say that this shit is obsolete because of this booster. Hell's Hammer isn't particularly a good blade, but they really just made it a useless purchase. Hexa is a defense bit that is highly regarded in the meta. You'll see it used everywhere, especially with Wizard God, being that Hexa has a high resistance to burst. Even other defense bits don't have the resistance shaft, really making this bit people loved and wanted more readily available in Hasbro. Putting this blade all together, and it's very cohesive and aesthetically pleasing. It's not the best combination, but 2 out of 3 parts are bangers, so you can't be disappointed. Phoenix itself can already go down in the books as a certified classic. Alright, with that out of the way, let's see how this combo on stock fares against the meta. That's enough yapping, let's get into the battle. Closing thoughts, the value in this booster is ridiculous. I think if you're gonna pick up a booster, you'd be silly not to invest in this one, especially for a cheap way to get both Phoenix and Hexa. $580, you can throw that shit away. Hasbro has been cooking with these Wave 3 and 4 releases. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Extreme dash that like button and hit the subscribe for more Beyblade videos. Until then, see ya!